Hi, good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you're watching all over the world. Every man, woman, youth, or child, I know that you're football fans and you enjoy the beautiful sport. And I'm gonna be reading the context of what has been going on within the world of football. We've got Manchester City head coach Pep Guardiola has his eyes set to lift the Uefa Champions League for the first time in the club's history. Wolverhampton Wanderers manager Nuno Espirito Santo is facing making the big decision on Adama Traore, and that's based on his shoulder injury. I'm gonna kick off with Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola, and he has his sights set on winning the UEFA Champions League. And as you can see, I've got it here, reading from the back of the newspaper, The Sun, and there it is, the back pages. Now, if I turn to let's go to page 56, I believe. Yeah, I'm going to read a bit here. To lose one Premier League game may be regarded as a misfortune. To lose 9 looks like recklessness. Manchester City have just taken the eye off the ball this season. The way they have gone the full Stevie Wonder. Well, they've dominated the last 2 seasons, and this season hasn't been what it's making out to be. And I'm going to read where I've highlighted here. City will find out next week if their appeal against a 2-year European ban has succeeded. The argument against the punishment appears to go along the lines of: you didn't ban Paris Saint-Germain for breaking financial fair play rules, so you can't ban us. Which frankly isn't much of a defence. There you go. Whatever Paris Saint-Germain did, they must have had their own reasons to clarify that. But for what Man City did, they can't find a defence for it. So it doesn't look good on their part. And I'm going to read where I've highlighted again. It was almost 5 months ago that they achieved what was arguably the biggest result of Guardiola's reign, when City beat Real Madrid 2-1 at the Bernabeu, and how the Catalonians separators. Pep would love to complete the job by kicking the world's biggest club out of Uefa's showpiece competition, but that won't be enough for the mega-rich owners, who expect nothing less than being able to display the European Cup in the Etihad Trophy Room. Well, they've spent a hell of a lot of money here. It says Sheikh Mansour has spent more than £1.5 billion since he bought the club from Thaksin Shinawatra back in 2008. £1.5 billion. And all he wants for that investment is the UEFA Champions League. He wants to be that owner that put together a whole footballing machine called Manchester City to deliver the Champions League, and he has set his sights on that. Hence the reason why he employed Pep. And I'm going to read where I've said it here, where I've highlighted. When City hammered Newcastle 5-0 Wednesday night, their subs bench alone had cost an astonishing £267 million to buy. It was the 52nd time they had scored 4 goals or more since Guardiola was appointed in 2016. That is a phenomenal stats there. 52nd time they scored 4 goals or more. And it says, where I'm going to read where I've highlighted here. And you can bet the Raheem Sterling, Sergio Aguero, Aymeric Laporte, Ederson, Rodri and Bernardo Silva won't be too thrilled at the idea of 2 years out of Europe either. And Kevin De Bruyne said that he will consider his future earlier on when asked about the the possibility of Man City being banned for 2 years. So maybe a ban is the only way they are ever going to learn to abide by the rules. Well, they've broken FFP, and they've done some other dodgy deal involving bringing Gabriel Jesus to the Etihad and the Premier League itself. And it's a case of what did they do exactly? Because I can't fully understand the full story, and I just can't fathom where Man City have broken FFP rules, but that's to be concluded next week. Right, moving on. Wolverhampton Wanderers manager Nuno Espirito Santo, he faces a big decision whether to allow Adama Traore to go and get his operation on his shoulder, because he's dislocated it, and it's not the first time he's done it this season. And I'm going to read here by Graham Boyce. Nuno Espirito Santo faces a big decision whether to delay his shoulder injury for key Wolves frontman Adama Traore. The Spanish Raider suffered his fourth dislocation in 23 games this season after 2 minutes of Wednesday's damaging defeat at Sheffield United, but he managed to play on and was only substituted in the 79th minute. Wolves chief Nuno said it's the same issue that he had before. He's in pain because of the shoulder injury. Because of the shoulder, he is dislocated, but he is strong. It is in his mind, but after that, he kept on going, kept on fighting, jumping. It is in his mind, but he can overcome it. The winger 24 is badly needed for Wolves chasing a European spot for the first time for next season, and 90 minutes away from a place in this season's Europa League last 8. So there you have it. Nuno Espirito Santo has he doesn't want to lose one of his key players who has improved since he signed for Wolves, since he has worked under Nuno Espirito Santo. He's played significantly well. He's improved so much in his game. He's got more intelligent when running, or whether knowing when to beat the player, knowing when to get the better of his players, and knowing when to cross the ball, and knowing when to pass and when not to pass, and when not to run ahead like a headless chicken. So he's improved a lot, and Nuno does not want him on a treatment table, because it could be months out. Excuse me. It could be months out of the game for him, and I wouldn't want that for him. So it's a big decision for Nuno to take in, or not take in. Well, it's a big decision for him to call, whether to get him on the treatment table and for his own good. Well, going back to my beloved Arsenal, and that is Stan Kroenke's sports company, KSE, which stands for Kroenke Sports Enterprise, have offered or want to pay the remaining stadium debt that we owe, which stretches up to 25 years. And we've been told that we were meant to pay it 2030, 2031. Well, his enterprise company, Stan Kroenke, Kroenke Sports Enterprise, should I say, they have offered to pay the remaining stadium debt, which means, we don't owe this amount of debts after debts after debt. It goes for us. So the only debt that we have is to Stan Kroenke. So if he decides to take money out, we can't really complain, because he has wiped out our debt. If he decides that he will not give us funds for future spending on players, then that's because, we're more in his debts, and we can't say too much. However, all I can say is that that it possibly would work out as a good thing for us, because the money that we got saved in reserve, we could use that if he is to pay the debt and when he pays the debt. And if he has paid the debt, if he is to pay the debt within the next 48 hours, that could plan out to be a good thing for Arsenal, and I wouldn't be complaining too much. So the only debt that we have is the one to Kroenke. So if we pay him off, then who knows, if Arsenal are to be in the Super League in the long-term future, then who knows that by then that this debt will be paid off. We pay Stan Kroenke off, and he could possibly sell the club, even though he could still possibly sell the club if he gets the right enormous. It's gonna take an extra humongous offer to prompt him into selling the club. I mean, he's not my favourite owner. He's far from my favourite owner. Although he has given the recruitment team money to spend on players, and we see the wrong individuals, the wrong individuals that Arteta's getting the best out of. But how long is that going to last? I mean, Arteta can't gamble on the Xhakas, Mustafis, Mkhitaryan's, etc. They still have to go. And I'm sure Mikel Arteta has made it clear that he would like to bring in reinforcements. So by Stan Kroenke paying off our debt, that gives Arteta the opportunity to that can more than free up funds for Arteta to use to strengthen Arsenal's squad for next season, and that is what we as fans want to see. Yeah, but it is good news. It seems like it's good news that he has decided to pay off our debt. So it just shows you what COVID-19 can do to club owners like Stan Kroenke. He officially owns our club. He was a vast majority shareholder for up to 7-8 years. And because he now officially owns our club, he has within his right to borrow money should he see fit. And what he will use it for is obvious. And that's for the Colorado Rapids Stadium or his NFL team stadium. I don't know. But I am no politician or definitely no accountant for sure. But I'm only going by what I've been hearing. And it sounds like a positive thing. And it sounds like positive news to me. And that's the thing that we all Arsenal fans want to hear. I mean, what I've spoken about so far, to reiterate, if I can pronounce that word correctly, about Man City's manager Pep Guardiola talking about how much he has the eye on the UEFA Champions League trophy and what the board of directors expect of him. Then you got Wolves manager Nuno Espirito Santo facing the decision whether to allow Adama Traore to have his operation or to allow him to continue to play, because he said it's in his mind. So he's leaving it down to Adama Traore. And the talk is that Arsenal's debt is poised to be cleared off by Stan Kroenke's sports company, Kroenke Sports Enterprise. So we shall see. I mean, if you've got anything to say, and whether you've heard stories about Stan Kroenke's company wanting to pay, poised to pay our stadium debt, then yeah, drop it in the comments below. Do drive the thumbs up like button, and the big one of all, I'll keep calling it out. Do subscribe to my channel, and that's DLG Reppin. So I'm gonna leave it. I'm going to end it here. Should I say leave it? Not leave it, but I'm going to end it here and say once again to the ladies, to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, thanks for listening, thanks for tuning in, and thank you for putting up with me. I'm going to allow you to enjoy your evening and rest well. Peace again, love again, bless again, yeah? Thank you for taking the time to follow me. And do subscribe to my channel. Smash that subscribe button hard for me, yeah? And as hard as possible and passionately as possible. Once again, it's good night and do rest well. DLG, your host, your guy is out. Latest.